Hey mama, if you're listening to this, you might be carrying a secret that feels too heavy to speak out loud. You look like you got it all together, you serve at church, maybe you even lead a Bible study. You smile when you drop off the kids, but no one sees the other side of you, the one that comes out behind closed doors. At home, you are a completely different person. You yell, you explode, you scream at your kids, sometimes in their face. You tell them to shut up. You grab them too harshly. You throw things across the room. You smack them in anger, twist their ears, spank them in rage, and immediately after, you are hit with a tidal wave of shame. You cry alone in your room and you whisper, "God, what is wrong with me?" You feel scared and disgusted by your own reactions. You're terrified that someone might find out. You wonder if your kids would be better off without you. You feel unworthy, broken, and too far gone to be redeemed. You try to fix this on your own. You listen to podcasts, parenting books, download freebies, but nothing changes. You keep falling back into the same patterns, and it feels like you are stuck in a cycle that you can't break. You don't trust yourself anymore, and if you're honest, you are afraid of who you become. But here's the truth, Mama. You are not beyond hope. You're not alone, and with God's help and the right support, you can change. I'm Elizabeth, a mom of 4 and an anger management coach for Christian moms. And inside my Calm Christian Mom coaching program, I guide women just like you through a powerful transformation. This isn't shallow behavior management. We go deep. We address your triggers, your stress, your mindset, your nervous system, and the spiritual root behind your patterns. We invite God into every layer and walk hand in hand towards healing. In just 12 weeks, you can become a completely different mom, unrecognizable. One who leads with patience, not panic. One whose children feel emotionally safe around her. One who cultivates peace. This summer, I'm offering a Calm Mama strategy session, a powerful 15-minute one-on-one coaching session designed to help you uncover the root of your anger and receive spiritual, emotional, and practical support. It's your chance to experience what coaching is like with me before diving deeper into ongoing support. If we both feel like the full program is the next right step, we can talk about what that looks like for you. You don't have to keep living like this. Your family is worth healing, and so are you. Use the link in the show notes to book the Calm Mama strategy session.
Do you feel like you're a hamster in a wheel that goes all day long? Do you feel like you don't have a moment to sit down? Or do you feel like you always have to be doing something, and then when you do slow down, you feel unproductive and that you're wasting time and that you need to do something? If you relate with this, tune in. This episode is just for you, my friend. Before we jump into the episode, did you know that in the show notes, there's a link for you to send me a voice message? Yes, that's right. You can send me a voice message if you want to. Tell me how you've been enjoying the podcast. If it's been helpful for you, I would love to hear from you. Like legit, when I receive voice messages from my listeners, it is so exciting for me. And guess what? I will send you a voice message back. I will send you a message back telling you how I'm grateful for you and answer your questions if you have any for me. Anyways, link in the show notes. There's a section over there that says, send me a voice message. I would love to connect with you, my friend. Let's get into the episode. So I've been thinking about this episode for a while, but I've been having several conversations over the last few days that really made me want to record this episode. Actually, today I got together with a friend for breakfast, and she was sharing with me about her life, and it really got me thinking about busyness. The first time I heard about feeling busy all the time, and I will link that book in the show notes, I remember I ordered it online just because it was super something I was drawn towards. Like, it just felt like I wanted to read it. So the first podcast I ever listened to was Focus on the Family. It's a Christian podcast for parenting and marriage and all of that. And there was a guest. Her name is Joanne Craft, and she has a book called Just Too Busy. And she was talking about it and how her family took a whole year off of all sports and all activities because they noticed that all day long they were just going all the time like a hamster in a wheel, never ending. And she was talking with her friend. It was like New Year's Eve, I think. They were at a party and they were talking about like, oh, how their lives are just so busy all the time, kind of like a badge of honor. Oh, I'm so busy all the time. And she said, well, what if we just like literally take a year off and just take our kids out of sports and like literally take a year off and just spend time with family? And her friend's like, oh, I could never do that. But that question really stood out to Joanne, and she decided to do that. She talked with her husband and they decided to do that with their kids. They took the whole year off. No sports, no activities. I think unless it was something that kids were doing right after school that they didn't have to drive them to. But everything else, it was a no. And they used that time to connect with their family and do family activities, and how it was uncomfortable at first and the kids complained about it, but how overall it created a closer relationship with their family and actually served their family. And they wrote a book. She wrote a book, Just Too Busy. And so I remember reading that book, and she had I think it was 10 signs that your life is too busy. And one of them was super funny, that there's mold growing in the corner of your shower because you haven't had time to clean your shower. But I wanted to talk to you about 5 signs that you need to slow down. So number 1, the first sign is you feel uncomfortable when you don't have anything going on your schedule. You feel unproductive when you just sit down and rest. You feel like you're wasting time. You feel like you constantly have to be going, and it literally feels uncomfortable for you to rest. And that is sign number 1, that you feel uncomfortable when you don't have anything on your schedule and it's uncomfortable for you to sit down and rest. Here's something I want you to know. God created the world in 6 days, and he rested on day 7. God did that. And then he had a law for Israelites to have a Sabbath, a day of rest. Who do you think you are that you can go 24/7, work 7 days a week, and do without rest, without getting burned out? There's a reason that God created rest. And I remember hearing this phrase from an influencer that really resonated with me because I was that person. I felt like resting was unproductive and that resting was wasting time. I felt like I always had to do stuff. Why? Because that's the way my mom was. And she still is that way. She's always productive. She has a hard time slowing down and resting. And it came from her family of origin. Her mom is the same way. But I really had to shift my mindset. And the phrase that I heard from the influencer was, rest is the most productive thing you can do. Sometimes rest is the most productive thing you can do. Or she even would say, rest is productive. Rest is productive. You need rest. Your body needs rest. And if you feel uncomfortable when you are resting and you feel like you're wasting time, that's one of the signs that you need to slow down because you're so used to chaos. Go. I'm talking about this because I had a conversation with my friend today at coffee, and she was telling me, I feel uncomfortable when I am resting. I feel like I have to be doing stuff. And we had a whole conversation about this. As you know me, I started explaining to her all the things that I teach you. Okay, so number 2 is you create stress for yourself when there is none. So studies have shown that if you're used to high levels of cortisol and you're used to having chronic stress in your life, that when there isn't any stress, you will create stress for yourself. If there isn't drama, you will create the drama to create stress for yourself. You will take on more on your plate. You will volunteer for something. You will sign up for something, your kids or some other activity. You will find something to do. You will create a conflict or whatever. You will create that stress because you're so used to having stress in your life, and it feels uncomfortable when there's peace and calm. By the way, when you start creating more peace and calm in your life in the methods that I teach you, it will feel uncomfortable and weird at first because it's foreign, because you're so used to having a chronic stress cycle. And over time, it's going to feel more comfortable and it's going to feel better. Why I'm saying that? Because I went through that myself. I was the one that was constantly going. I was the one that felt like sitting down and resting was unproductive. And now, shifting my lifestyle, shifting the way I think, over time, your body gets used to it and your mindset and your perspective shifts about it. But it takes repetition. Again and again, I had to hear that phrase from the same influencer, rest is productive. Sometimes the most productive thing that you can do is rest. And I'm sharing that with you. It's Ali Casaza, the one that shared this phrase, rest is productive. I was talking with a client recently, and she was telling me how the fast busyness of their life does not allow her the time and the space to relax. And it doesn't allow her to rest enough to be emotionally regulated for her kids. So when her children are struggling, she's not able to stay calm and grounded because she's not rested. She's burned out. She's overwhelmed because of the lifestyle they're living. And she has 3 kids and 3 boys, and all of them are in sports and activities. And there's a lot going on, and they're, involved in their church. And almost every evening they're out of the house, they're going, doing things. And it's manifesting in a way that she oftentimes, without intending to, sees her kids' emotions and their meltdowns and as an inconvenience instead of a way to connect with them and helping them feel seen, heard, and understood. Why? Because the schedule is always going, rushing, and it doesn't allow her to have that space. And so then, of course, your mind will see it as an inconvenience when your child is having a hard moment. And because you're struggling, because you don't have the emotional capacity. Why? Because you haven't had the time to relax and rest in between throughout your day. You're constantly going. Okay? So sign number 3, that you need to make some changes and that you need to slow down in your life is that you don't have time for God. You don't have time for your husband to connect with him, with your spouse, to talk to him, to spend intimacy time with him, to have meaningful connections with your kids and conversations with them. You're too exhausted to connect with your kids because you're too busy, because you have too much on your plate. I'm not talking to that mom that has to work to provide for her family because she realistically doesn't have any other way. She has to provide. I'm talking to the mom who just takes on too much on her plate. She doesn't have to, but she does because she feels like she needs to. She overcommits. She says yes to too many things. She signs up her kids to too many activities. And I'll give you a few questions to ask yourself at the end of this episode to help you reflect on this. This is not me telling you that you're a bad mom. No, you're an amazing mom for your kids already. I just need you to think about, is this a way to live your life? Is it helping you, or is it serving you, or not? Okay, so number 3 again is you don't have time for God, for your husband, and for your kids. So those are the people and individuals that matter the most in your life. So if you want to have a good relationship with them, you have to spend time with them. And if you're too busy, you obviously don't have the time to spend with them. Number 4, you have no white space in your week, which kind of relates with, Number one and number two is the fact that you create stress for yourself when there is none. You feel uncomfortable when you have white space, but you literally have like no white space in your week to decompress whatsoever. Like you have no time to go to the bathroom. Like you literally feel like you have to go all the time. There's like no evening on your schedule where you just stay home and you chill, to have a game night, to go on a walk with your family, to go spontaneously, to go to the beach or the lake wherever you live now, or to go to grandma's house. You don't have that in your week because you're literally overbooked and overscheduled. So that's another sign. Okay. And number 5 is your home is a disaster. Because you have no time to take care of it. You're so busy because you're doing so much. You take on so much on your plate. You're constantly going from one place to another. You're so busy. And your home is a disaster. And that causes more frustration, irritation for you because you see the mess and it reminds you that you're failing, that you're not able to keep up with it. Okay. And it creates even more stress for you. And then you're taking out your frustration and anger on your kids when they have nothing else to do. They have nothing to do with this. Okay. So here's some questions that I want you to ask yourself. I'm not saying this from a place of judgment. I'm saying this from a place of like, I care for you. I want you to succeed. I want you to feel like you're an amazing mom. I want you to thrive. I want you to create a lifestyle that's sustainable to you. So here's some questions I want you to ask yourself. Why do I keep myself busy all the time? Is there something that I'm trying to avoid? Is this sustainable, this lifestyle? If it continues like this for another 5 years, is this sustainable for my mental, emotional, physical well-being? Is this how I want my life to be and feel for the next 5 years? Is this lifestyle serving my family in the long run? Is it serving me? Does this align with my values? For me as a Christian, relationship with God and relationship with my kids and having my mental, emotional, and physical well-being matter the most. For me personally, this is just my thing. Sports and activities like that are not high on the priority list. My relationship and family time is more important. Those are my values. Okay, so my decisions, the way I create my life around that is going to be different than yours. So if you value sports and activities, that's totally fine. But I want you to look at that and shift it. Is this sustainable? Is this something that's serving my family in the long run? Is it helping our relationships? Do my kids like it? Do I like it? Because it's not just about your kids, it's also about you. You know, like if you're running raggedy yourself in the ground, like maybe your kid is enjoying it, but at what cost? Okay. And then, is there anything I can let go of this season? Maybe your kids are in sports and activities, but you're also volunteering somewhere else. Or maybe that's something you need to let go of. Or if you have the means to hire a housekeeper. Yes, you can still do your sports and activities with your kids if that aligns with your values. That's totally fine. But maybe you can hire a housekeeper, somebody to come and clean your home. Maybe you can have a meal service delivered to your house if you have the financial means to do that. What can you let go of or delegate then to someone else? Or let go of some other commitments that you have. You know, because if you're choosing this sort of lifestyle, that's fine. And you can't keep doing everything. You gotta let go of some certain things. So again, my friend, I know I'm speaking to you and you're listening to this and you might feel some sort of guilt that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm screwing myself up. I'm screwing my kids. No, I'm not trying to guilt you in this. Like, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I am trying to help you to reflect and ask yourself some questions. Like, is this sustainable for a family? Is it really serving us? If it is, okay, keep going. Well, what if it's not? Sometimes it's scary to make changes. Actually, almost always change is scary because it's uncomfortable. It's foreign. We don't know what's going to happen. And sometimes it needs to happen because what we're doing right now is not sustainable and it's not serving us. So that's kind of what I want to leave you with right now. I'm going to recap the 5 things that, the 5 signs that you need to slow down in your life. And is you feel uncomfortable when you don't have anything going on your schedule. You feel like you're wasting time and unproductive. Number 2, you create stress for yourself when there is none. Number 3, you have no time for God, for your husband, for your kiddos, or for friendships because you're too busy. Number 4, you have no white space in your week at all. Number 5, your home is a disaster because you literally have no time to take care of it. And then it's triggering you, and then you're taking it out, all the frustrations on your family when they have nothing to do with this. I mean, yes, they're contributing to living in the home, but realistically, maybe it's the lifestyle changes that need to be made. It's not your kids that are triggering you. It's the mess, and the kids are just there, and you're taking it out on them, right? Okay, my friend, I'm doing this episode with love. I promise you, I don't want to make you feel like you're this terrible mom, that you're failing, that you are a mess and a disaster. I'm trying to tell you maybe you need to slow down and reflect and ask yourself some hard questions. And it's not that your kids shouldn't be in sports. I think it's okay for your kids to be in sports, but maybe not all of them in all sports at the same time. Maybe not everybody in traveling sports. Maybe make some shifts and changes. Because you are so valuable and important to your family. And if you were gone today, your kids would miss you so much because you matter that much to them. You would be so missed because you're so important and valuable and you bring so much to the table to your family. So value yourself enough. And if this resonates with you, my friend, I want to let you know that I do offer one-on-one support. If you're looking to make some of these changes and it feels scary and it feels uncomfortable and you want somebody to hold your hand, I offer one-on-one support and guidance that I can help you walk through this. It starts with some mindset shifts, and yes, we make some lifestyle changes. I walk you through, and on the other end, you're going to come out as a mom who's calm and peaceful and calm and collected, who sets a positive example for her kiddos and managing her own emotions well. And you have time to connect with your kids and with your spouse, and you create more positive memories than negative memories with your kids. So my friend, I'm here for you. The link is in the show notes to book a call with me. I can't wait to connect with you. And until next time, my friend.
Hey mama, do you find yourself snapping over the smallest things, like spilled milk or constant whining, then feeling horrible afterwards? If you're tired of losing your temper and you want to show up with more patience, I have something for you. It's a free training called How to Be More Patient with Your Kids so you're not screaming over spilled milk. Inside, I'll walk you through 10 simple things you can start doing today to become a calmer, more Christ-like mom, even on the hard days. To get it for free, just leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and send a screenshot to hello@emotionallyhealthylegacy.com. Or if you'd rather skip the wait, you can grab it right now for just $27. The link is in the show notes. Let's help you become the peaceful, patient mom your kids need.